If you're staying in like we are, then you might be looking for ways to stay busy. Join us on a virtual journey to 8 iconic restaurants Insider visited in Los Angeles to see what makes them some of the best the city has to offer. Our first stop is in downtown LA, where a chef at Philippe's accidentally made the first French dip sandwich more than 100 years ago.
The French dip is a very simple sandwich. It's traditionally made with roast beef on a French roll. You can add cheese to it, but it was created here as an accident.
We're here at Philippe's The Original here in downtown Los Angeles. This is the original spot where the French dip sandwich was invented. It is a LA institution. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I've had French dips before, and, you know, they're kind of hit or miss. I mean, it's just bread and meat with a little bit of juice on there. So kind of want to see what the big deal is about. I'm meeting my friend Nick. He comes here, he loves it, so this is my first time. I'm very excited. That's right, buddy.
We opened in 1908 here in Los Angeles, and we're the longest continually operating restaurant here. So Philippe, in 1918, he accidentally dropped a roll in the pan drippings of the beef he was cooking, and the customer was in a hurry, took the sandwich as it was, and came back the next day requesting it be dipped. So that was really the birth of the French dip, a happy accident.
You've been here before. What do you normally get?
I'm going to get a beef dip, double dipped.
Well, I want to get like the wet one. I want it like as dipped as possible.
Where
Like,
they just dunk it
in there?
Yeah.
With their hands too. That's the whole thing in there.
Yeah, you know, shack style.
A regular French dip. We'll get that one dipped twice. A pork dip, and you make that one wet. Well, however long it would take to ruin the sandwich, take it out 2 seconds early. Double dip lamb with blue cheese, clean. 2 pickled eggs, potato salad. I think we got enough.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
As all the other meats, they're cooked, seasoned, and throughout the day we add liquid to the roasting pans, and so that's really where we get the flavor for the au jus. So the next day we use those drippings with the stock we make, and that's what we dip your sandwich in.
I take Nick out to lunch. He doesn't help.
The hot mustard we make here of the mustard,
Like this. You can see.
Kind of why I look like I do now, I think.
keep our prices very low, and so it The French dip is a very simple sandwich. It's traditionally made with roast beef of our clientele.
I like the vintage ambiance. I like the authenticity of it.
I started coming here about 10 years ago.
The first time I came here was 4 years ago. It's wonderful.
1918 is a year that the French dip was invented. Let me hit you with some other 1918 facts. 1918 was also the year of the Spanish flu, which killed between 50 and 100 million people. Philippe, his nickname was Frenchie. He was making a sandwich for a fireman, and he accidentally dropped the bun in the edges. So the fireman, who apparently was in a hurry, was like, "Don't remake my sandwich. I got to go to a fire," or whatever he was late for. The guy dropping the thing in the pan and being like, there's
It's wonderful.
1918 is a year that the French dip was invented. Let me hit you with some other 1918 facts. 1918 was also the year of the Spanish flu, which killed between 50 and 100 million people. Philippe, his nickname was Frenchie. He was making a sandwich for a fireman, and he accidentally dropped the bun in the edges. So the fireman, who apparently was in a hurry, was like, "Don't remake my sandwich. I got to go to a fire," or whatever he was late for. The guy dropping the thing in the pan and being like, "There's your sandwich. Get out of here." People really laxed on health rules back then. One of the firemen got a slice of pie too. It was like one slice of lemon pie, and they actually dropped in an open vat of meringue they had next to it. And he was like, "Yeah, just give me the pie too."
I'm in a hurry.
And that guy was like, "This is my invention. I'll distract him with the sandwich."
I got Mr. Meringue.
Yeah.
Two words, French dip. Motherfuckers. Which is a, stand by, don't look, a big ass ribeye, which is essentially the same kind of meat. And by the way, Max and I had an important conversation before we started today. I said, not everybody in the country right now, Max, can cook outside. Max said something like, "I don't give a f about anybody. I want to cook outside." Wasn't quite that harsh, but he goes, "Look," and I agree, the light is much better out here than it is in our kitchen. So I'll try and tell you what you could do instead of doing this outside at your grill where 95% of the country can't even go outside right now because it's so shit. Here's our poll question for today. Do you care that we cook outside when you can't? Is that the right way to word that? Yeah, so we'll do that. Let's get the steak happening because we got to get this on the grill. So look, this is about 1.5 pound ribeye. It's thick, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and it's going to be great. We have to season it. So here's what we do. We give it a little oil. I'm an avocado oil fan, so we'll use this. Sides too. And I think I've said it before, but I like avocado oil because it's a clean taste. It's good fat, and it has the high smoke point of, I think, any of the oils. Certainly one of the highest, if not the highest. For today's purposes, we're going to season with Montreal steak seasoning, even though my jar says cayenne pepper. Look, I'm super anal. I like the same spice jars. And I found this particular one. It's all my stuff.
ഇതല്ല സെമി ഫൈനൽ കയറി. അടുത്ത ഇന്ന് 1 മണിക്കാ സെമി ഫൈനൽ. ലൈവ് ഉണ്ടാ ഞാൻ ലിങ്ക് തരാം കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങൾ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യണം. ജോൺസേ അതിനെ സുധിക്ക് എന്നാ പറ്റി? സുധി എന്നാ വിളിക്കാത്തത്?
ആ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. എടാ പിന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ മറ്റേ പയ്യനെ എങ്ങാണ്ട് വിപിൻ ചേട്ടൻ വിളിച്ചെന്നാ പറഞ്ഞ, ഒരു പയ്യനെ എങ്ങാണ്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോയെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ? അപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അവൻ പറയുന്നു, അല്ല വിപിൻ ചേട്ടൻ പറഞ്ഞു അവന് മഞ്ഞപ്പിത്തമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ അവൻ പറഞ്ഞു അതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ ടെസ്റ്റാണ് നടത്തുന്നത്, ബാക്കി എല്ലാവർക്കും നെഗറ്റീവായെന്നാ പറഞ്ഞു. അവന് പ്രൈമറി കോണ്ടാക്റ്റുള്ള ആൾക്കാരും അവൻ്റെ വീട്ടുകാർക്കും എല്ലാം നെഗറ്റീവായി. അവൻ ആ വിഷമത്തിയൊക്കെ ഇരിക്കുമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. വിപിൻ ചേട്ടൻ അവനെ വിളിച്ചായിരുന്നു.
ഫുൾ അസിസ്റ്റൻസ്. ശ്രുതിക്കൊന്നും പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല. ശ്രുതി നമ്മളെ റൂമിൽ തന്നെ അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ എന്നെ വിളിക്കും കളിക്കാൻ. അപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ രണ്ടാളും കൂടിയാണ് കളിക്കുക. ആരോടും പറയണ്ട. ഫുൾ അസിസ്റ്റൻസ് എങ്ങനെ കളിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളതും ഏത് സ്ട്രാറ്റജി യൂസ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നൊക്കെ ഞാനാ പറഞ്ഞെടുക്കല്. എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചിട്ട് ഓരോ മൂവ് നീക്കുള്ളൂ.
എനിക്ക് വയ്യ. ശരി ശരി. ബാക്കിയുള്ള 3 പേര് റിയാദിൽ തന്നെ ഉള്ള? ഓ ആണോ? ശരി ശരി ശരി.